but some of you guys deal, and shout out to you guys, but you don't have to deal with that. You can go to the horizontal live and it'll be a lot better for you. But all right, though, let's get right into it.
So, Rob, walk me through the sequence, okay? So the first step is Israel attacks Hezbollah in Lebanon. Then Iran attacks Israel. Then Israel attacks Tehran. Then Trump calls Bibi and says, knock it off. Is that the right sequencing on what I just said?
Correct.
Okay. So that even takes place over the weekend. Trump suggests meeting with the supreme leader, pending expectations and diplomacy. I think even in the Kristen Welker interview, he said to her that, I wouldn't mind speaking with him. He said he is a young man. He is younger than his father, probably a little bit more diplomatic. Is this it, Rob, about the exchange? Yeah.
Nah, that when Trump sits there and try to call, the Ayatollah's son, who's now in power, or now I guess the new Ayatollah, when he sits there and try to say, you know what, this is a more reasonable guy, I'm like, no, bro, come on now. If he was a more reasonable guy, we'd have had a ceasefire by now. And then also, I don't know if we've, molded a more reasonable guy. You got to remember, we bombed. I mean, basically, we took out his mom, his dad, his daughter, and his wife all in one go. Remember this, guys, all in one go. This is the guy that we're dealing with here. The guy that has the battery of revenge in his back right now. This is why I keep saying I kind of want this guy gone. It's like anybody but him. Because guess what? They say that he's actually more hardliner than his dad. He's more pro IRGC, more Islamist than his dad. So when y'all start to sit here, a lot of American people talk about, oh no, we actually bombed ourselves to a more reasonable person. No, we bombed ourselves to a bigger savage. We bombed ourselves to more of a jihadist. Like, are you serious? We took out bro's family. You think he's in a good mood? Like, all right.
Go forward.
You talking about the son of the supreme leader? He has not been seen in public. What is his status? Have you talked to him directly?
I do believe they have great respect for him. I see it. I mean, they want to get his concurrence. They've said to me, they've said to others that they're looking for approval, and he is part of the approval process. Absolutely.
Have you spoken to him directly? You said you want to meet with him.
No, I have not. I would if he'd like to, but I have not spoken to him directly.
Do you know where he is?
I will tell you, they do.
How he is?
Yeah. They do pay homage to him. I would tell you if they didn't. They seem to, based on what I see, they.
Now, what you gotta do, remember that was it Khomeini? So yeah, the new Ayatollah. He was pretty much caught up in that blast that took out, his family. And from what I was told, and this came from Russians as well, is that one, he is in Iran. He's still in Iran. They sent him a prosthetic leg because his leg's been blown off. He got singed lips. His face seems to be disfigured. And this is what I've been hearing from inside of Iran. This is what people are saying inside of Iran and inside of Russia. So we'll see. But I doubt that he's dead. And he does seem that he's able to give out commands. But they don't want to show him in public. One, because, we'll bomb the shit out of him. And he won't be, and we haven't heard his voice because, we'll be able to track where that voice recording came from, and we'll bomb the shit out of him. I mean, he really can't even get on a phone. Why? Because we'll bomb the shit out of him. Like, bro, we just have a way of finding people. Like, I'm telling you, through the technology. Like, bro, you hop on the wrong website. Bro, this man hop on a website. We'll find him.
Seem to respect him a great deal.
Okay, so he's saying he's open to the idea. Tom, as you're seeing this back and forth with negotiations trying to take place, but is this it, Rob, with Israel and Tehran?
This is Iran actually striking an Israeli military base.
And this is the first time since April, if I'm not mistaken, right? Go ahead, Rob. And did it get through?
Yeah.
Wow, the timing of this and the plane right here is kind of a...
Whoa!
Wow.
Whoa! Abba! Whoa!
That's Israel. And then do you have the one Israel to Tehran? And then the one with Israel and Lebanon? Because it's like 3 attacks that happened.
So I have Israel striking Iran, but I don't have the actual impact, just the aftermath. Here
okay, go for it. Oh, they recorded it after it hit. And that's in Tehran?
Yes, sir.
Wow. Do you recognize that street, Rob, that road? I've definitely driven past
You've
it.
definitely been there.
I honestly was curious to know what part of... So So this is still going on back and forth. Adam, your thoughts on this back and forth with Lebanon, Israel, and Iran and the president?
Yeah, well, look, Israel has, everyone has different interests in what they're doing in the region. At the end of the day, this comes down to United States and Trump and the Ayatollah. But there's a different situation going on with Hezbollah. I'm no longer going to call Lebanon, Lebanon. I'm going to call them Little Iran. Because anything they do, their government has zero.
I mean, it's kind of disrespectful, but I mean, okay, just f their sovereignty, f their nationality. It is what it is. Like, to say, no, I'm just gonna stop calling you Israel. No, bro, I'm just gonna call y'all Little America. You know, Little America. Well, why not? I mean, we pay for your army, we pay for your expansionist ways. I mean, shoot, due to the fact that we help you guys save on military costs, you guys are able to afford free healthcare. So, I mean, why not, bro? Bro, you're not even really a country, you're like a vassal state. Like, wouldn't that be wild if somebody just said that about Israel? So isn't that kind of wild how we just kind of like disrespecting the entire country of Lebanon, just saying you're little Israel, when Lebanon actually has a Christian president, by the way, like, in a Christian population that's being bombed out of their homes. But Adam doesn't care, though. Adam doesn't care. It's all about selling a war.
What? Sway is what it seems, and everything has to go through Hezbollah. If Hezbollah doesn't want something to occur, they'll just object. Israel and Hezbollah are fighting a war right now. They don't want to call it a war. They want to say it's a ceasefire, but it's a ceasefire that stops and starts. But there's something deeper going on here. What is the religion of Iran and Hezbollah? They're not just Muslim, they're Shia Muslim. Now, if you look at what's going on here, I'd be very upset if I was a
Shia Muslims. Like, really the difference is, like, well, who they believe should be leading Islam. Like, the difference is one believes that it should be Muhammad's, bloodline that leads Islam, and then or the Muslims, and then the other one believes that it should be Muhammad's best friends, Ali. So that's pretty much like where the religious strife came from. But I'm gonna be real with you. One of the main difference that is very scary is the martyrist culture of Shia Muslims. Like, bro, they consider martyrdom as a high honor, so they're not afraid to die, and they will take it there with us, as you see.
Shia Muslim, because Israel and the United States have taken out your top two leaders of all time, the Ayatollah and Nasrallah in Lebanon. These aren't just leaders; they are the supreme leaders of all time. Imagine that your enemy eliminated both your top two guys, and now you want to have peace with these guys. One of two things is going to happen. Either a deal is going to happen or there's going to be war. There's no in between. Trump wants to get in and out of this thing. Israel's basically saying, hey, look, I hear you, but can you please tell these terrorists, these Shia militants, these Iranian proxy to stop shooting missiles? Yeah, let me see what I could do. Turns out they're not going to listen. Turns out that they actually swore an oath to Allah.
Well, actually, the problem is that the people of Lebanon are actually looking towards Hezbollah for protection from Israel bombing them out of their homes. That's the problem there. And two, well, the Hezbollah is more capable than the Lebanon army. It ain't that about a bitch. I mean, bro, can you imagine that? Like, literally. So this militant group is more capable than the country's army. So Hezbollah can beat Lebanon's army, and that's why they can't challenge them. And Hezbollah was created due to Israelis' aggression, and that was their aggression in Lebanon. So guess what? I mean, if you want to stop Hezbollah, you want them to stop attacking, then stop attacking Lebanon, and there you go. Because the whole reason why Hezbollah was created was because of Israel trying to take southern Lebanon in the 80s. And it's still continuing today, as you see.
To eliminate Israel. Do you think that any negotiation is going to stop Hezbollah from starting war in Israel? What I know about Bibi is he wants peace, but until there's peace that's done, he's going to blow your stuff up. So we're going to remains to be seen what happens in here. But Iran does not necessarily want peace. They want to cut a deal. Who knows what's going on here? At the end of the day,
Iran doesn't necessarily want peace.
No, because
it cut a deal.
Iran
wants to cut a deal with U.S.
Well,
you think Israel wants a deal?
Israel does not want a deal unless nuclear is done, and then they stop funding terrorism.
I think it's even more than that. I don't think it's just nuclear. I think it's more than that.
They want them to stop funding terrorism.
Yeah, but they want the IRGC.
They want them to stop funding terrorism. They want them to give up their right to enrich. They want a regime change. I mean, it's way more than just that. Israel got a laundry list of what they want out of Iran. Oh, yeah, and they also want them to water down their missile range. So they basically can't protect themselves. So, oh, no, it's way more than what Adam just said. Trust me, Israel got a laundry list for Iran that Iran is pretty much saying hell no to.
Gone.
Of course.
Is what Israel wants.
But by the way, so do the people of Iran. Israel and the people of Iran have the exact same interests. They want the IRGC out of here.
Yeah.
Why do you think the people of Iran are shouting BB June, BB June?
Y'all really, bro, man, that's funny. So the people of Israel and Iran have the same interest. Yeah, no, actually. And you can't say that for certain because, like, honestly, if you just think that's true, you're kind of just ignorant on the political, like, atmosphere in Iran. And you know what? I could sit here and I could show you parades of, these people celebrating missile strikes and these people celebrating the IRGC, but maybe we should just go to the 2014 Iranian election, right? I think that would give you guys a better picture of what the F we're dealing with. Because when Adam says dumbass stuff like, oh, the Iranian people stand with Israel, I mean, how many? Because I don't know about that, buddy. And what I'm bringing up here is Iran's pretty much 2024 election. And you guys, I like to bring this up to debunk, when PBD says, oh, 80% of Iranians are against the Ayatollah, they're against the regime. But you got 61 million of them who registered to vote in an election ran by said regime. Doesn't sound like they're all that upset. I'm gonna be honest with you. And there's two parties in Iran, right? Now, there are the principalists, these guys that are pretty much Iranian conservatives, basically, really pro IRGC. And these are the guys that we wish that were, had more power. The reformists, right? Pretty much they're the liberals of Iran. So the principalists are the right wing and the reformists are the left wing. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because it kind of shows you who's would be willing to turn on Iran and who's pretty much going to fight with Iran. And the 13 million that voted for the principalists, 13 million, these are people that are for sure going to fight or for sure going to fight with the IRGC. Probably most of them are in the IRGC. These are the guys that are standing out there waving the Iranian flag, talking about death to America, death to Israel. So here's 13 million people that for sure will go out their way to fight the US. And then here's 16 million people that want a reform from their government. But here's the thing, though. How much of these 16 million people are actually going to try to go against their government? Not much. You want to know why? Because they're willing to participate in an election that is controlled by their government. These two right here have to be picked up by the Ayatollah. That's it. That's all. Ayatollah gets all reign. And as 61 million people decided that, you know what, I'm going to register in the vote and I'm okay with that. In the end, about 30.5 million people voted. And so thank God the reformists won. This is the current president of Iran. So do you kind of see the problem when they sit there and tell you that BS of, oh, Iran is 80%. Oh, Iran's 80% against the Ayatollah. I don't know, man. That 13 million is a little shaky. And then also when he says, oh, the Iranian people stand with the people of Israel, they share the same interests. Well, I know 13 million Iranians that beg to differ. So, yeah, that's why it's BS. But all right, guys, let's go ahead and get right back to it with PBD and them. Just have to go ahead and, push back on that BS. Oh, make sure to like the video, guys. You have any questions, comments, jokes, or disagreements, make sure to send it through a Venmo, Super Chat, or Rumble Rant, guys. If you want to double your support, send it through a Venmo. All right, guys, let's keep it going.
At the end of the day, Hezbollah is an Iranian military wing that is basically taken over and terrorized Lebanon.
Play this clip.
And Lebanon's held hostage.
Here's what the president had to say about Hezbollah and Bibi. Go for it, Ram.
You have openly said
this is when it was raining down
by Israel's continued bombing of Lebanon. Are you and Prime Minister Netanyahu on the same page?
Yeah, we are. We get along very well. We've been great comrades. We did a very, very big number on a certain country that was nothing but trouble for 47 years. I disagree with him on a couple of things. I'd like to see Lebanon have a better life. I'd like to see a more surgical attack on Hezbollah. I think it should be more surgical. And we can help them with that, or we can recommend Syria.
Right, so what Trump means is by surgical. Well, Israel's pretty much been wiping entire villages off the map. Actually, Israel destroyed a village so bad that Google took it off the map. No, literally, there used to be 3 villages that you can find on Google Map, and now it is gone. Why? Because Israel pretty much decimated everything there. And here's the thing. I mean, let's be real. It wasn't to take out Hezbollah. You don't take out an entire fucking village to take out Hezbollah when there are definitely innocent civilians in there. And this is what Trump means by surgical, because they're not being surgical with it. They're bombing willy-nilly. Like I said, Israel just can't take out one person in one area, just blow up a room. No, they got to blow up the entire fucking neighborhood to get one person. So if Israel wants you, bro, I'm telling you, you might want to go out into the middle of nowhere, because you and your entire block, your neighbor, your favorite homie across the street, they're all going to die with you. If it's Israel coming after you, of course.
Syria is doing a very good job of cleaning up their act. They have a very good leader. They have a leader that's really done a good job in a short period of time, and he would love to help.
You have opened.
Yeah, so that's his position. Tom, what do you stand with this?
Well, I like the comment about Syria, about trying to get other people that are interested in the outcome.
Interested parties, yeah.
Interested parties to participate. But I think there's...
Yo, guys, make sure to double tap that screen, like the video, guys. Let's get more people on the conversation by double tapping that screen, man. Let's get those likes up to 50.
2 things that are really clear. Adam said both of them with regard to IRGC. Israel wants IRGC gone, and they are going to continue to frustrate our attempts to get a ceasefire and a deal that doesn't include the just absolute crippling of IRGC in some way. That's Israel's objective. So Israel's got 2 objectives. Get rid of IRGC and don't let the U.S. stop things too quickly or negotiate for a deal that you don't necessarily want. That's it. And then try to get Syria to come in and help. And then Trump is trying to talk nice to Bibi to kind of smooth things over from last week, which I think we all believe happened. You know, you're effing nuts. It says you can't be doing it this way. You gotta stay with us. You know, you're crazy. And he's not crazy. He's just frustrating you. He's frustrating Trump. But Trump is still the deal maker, and he is still the alpha dog here, and he's trying to navigate a way through it. Is this one recognizing the crazy call, Rob? Yep.
Go for it.
Now, Axios reported that you had a phone call with Bibi Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel, in which you were angry with him. You said, "Are you effing crazy? What are you effing doing? I helped you stay out of jail." Is that true? Did you speak to him in those terms?
I did. I would say
no. Bibi is effing crazy. I mean, let's be real. Everybody's trying to get to a ceasefire, and he's over here popping off on Lebanon. Bro dragged us into a conflict with Iran just so he can hide behind that and try to take Lebanon. And then when we try to get to a ceasefire, not only does he try to commit the biggest strikes on Lebanon that ruined it the first time, but bro, this man is literally annexing land, already trying to create settlements in southern Lebanon. When will you guys understand, bro? This Greater Israel project is real. They're not playing around. I wish they were. This is why it's low-key kind of funny, because it's kind of crazy to think that a small country in the Middle East is literally trying to expand their borders into Middle Eastern countries and don't give a fuck about how it has stabilized the region. Just don't care. Why? Because I guess God gave it to them, the chosen people, right, guys?
angry. I was a little bit perturbed at his constantly fighting with Lebanon. You know, at some point I said, Bibi, we got to stop this. We got to stop it. But I have a very good relationship. We've done well together. He always says.
You can pause it right there. Vinny,
I think his relationship that he's talking about with Bibi is like watching a rich, powerful father deal with a spoiled son. Like the father gets mad, yells publicly, tells him to stop doing certain things, but the son knows deep down he's never actually going to get in any real trouble, Pat, and he's never going to get cut off. So he keeps testing the boundaries, keeps going, because he knows the father at the end of the day isn't going to do anything. I think that's what frustrates a lot of freaking Americans. And I love when people are like, you guys keep talking about Israel. No, it's because every time we turn, Israel's in the freaking news. Fighting, Trump, no, don't do this, do this. We're going to bomb, we're going to do it. It's this constant back and forth where the warnings don't seem like they have any real consequences, Pat. And one thing that bothers people, a lot of people are worried, Israel has nuclear weapons, okay? As much as everybody tries to tippy-toe, it's funny how every other country who has nukes, Pat, has to be in the non-proliferation treaty. You have to admit it because we have to have sanctions. There have to be inspections. Why does Israel get a pass? Does that bother anybody? What's their red line? If, God forbid, they use one in this war because Iran does something crazy, then what? Then what happens? Oh my God, a nuke went off in Israel. I'm sorry, a nuke went off in Iran. Who did it? Israel doesn't have nukes. They're not. Then what game are we playing? And Adam, for you to say Lebanon is little Iran, 40% of Lebanon are Christians that have nothing to do with.
Thank you, bro. Because that's what I was thinking. I'm like, that's wild as hell for Adam to say that. Oh, Lebanon is little Iran. Why? Because he's trying to convince people to like, oh no, it's okay that we're attacking Lebanon. It's okay that we're letting Israel displace 1.20. Actually, Israel has already displaced 1.2 million people. It's okay that we're letting Israel recklessly bomb Christians, Shia Muslims, and then probably other Jews as well. I'm gonna be real with you. It's like it's all good. Why? Because Lebanon is little Iran. And so funny, because guess what? If we go with this pattern, we're gonna be fighting Turkey next. I promise you. And the reason why I say that, because that's what Israel says. Whoever they call Iran is on the hit list. Even if Iran was to disappear today, trust me, Turkey's gonna be the new Iran. And well, apparently to keep, to justify actions in Lebanon, well, I guess Lebanon is now little Iran.
No. Yeah, why? Because they're all dead because they're getting bombed? No, there's a lot of.
What do you mean by that?
You're saying that there used to be what? No, right now Lebanon, it's 30 to 40% Christian. There's a lot of Christians.
What did they used to be?
Adam, I'm saying right now, you said it's little Iran. There's a lot of Christians there that aren't Muslim, that aren't even involved with any of this Shia or whatever that are affected. And again, it's always going to.
Yeah, but here's a crazy thing, though. There are actually like Christians running to Hezbollah for help. Like, it's absolutely insane. And the reason why they're running to Hezbollah for help is because, well, let's be real. Israel is bombing their homes, and Hezbollah is the only one that's stopping them. That's the sick part of that about Lebanon, is that Lebanon, the Lebanese army and the government kind of lets Israel do whatever they want. And well, not Hezbollah. Well, Israel. So yeah, the Lebanese government let Israel do whatever they want. They didn't stop them when they were annexing land. They didn't send a single soldier. They let Hezbollah sit there and do it. So it's kind of crazy how Hezbollah is the only one that's actually defending Lebanese land when they have a whole army and the army just rolling over. And the funny thing is, it's kind of crazy because they're trying to get the army to disarm Hezbollah. And it's kind of just like, here's the thing. I mean, all right, cool. Let's get Hezbollah, disarmed. But here's the wild part. Why in God's name is Hezbollah the only person fighting for Lebanon sovereignty? Like, what the hell is going on? Why are the terrorists fighting for sovereignty? What world am I living in where apparently these are supposed to be the terrorists, but they're the ones fighting for the sovereignty of Lebanon? Like, what the fuck is going on, guys? But I guess it is what it is. All right, let's get right back to it. While I find this article real quick.
To be the people.
What do you
mean? Tom, you talked about the IRGC.
But I don't understand what you're trying to say.
There's a lot of Christians. You called it little Iran. There's a lot of Christians.
And then why are all the Christians gone?
What do you mean? They're still there. They live there.
But it used to be 70% Christian. Why is it down to 30%?
You tell me.
No, you're the one that made the claim. I'm asking you. I know the answer.
Why? So tell me.
Before I give you the answer, I'd like to hear your opinion.
Why are they moving, Adam?
Why would they want to move?
But my question is to you, though. Yeah, because maybe there's bombs coming in, Adam.
From who?
Maybe there's bombs coming in. What do you mean? Israel's on a freaking campaign bombing Lebanon. So they're seizing land. It's not like, Adam, they're not.
You think the Christians are leaving Lebanon because Israel's bombing them?
I would.
Yes, Israel is bombing them, so they're getting forced out of Lebanon, Adam. Like, what's so hard for you to understand about that? I mean, bro, we got it right here. Look, Christian villages in South Lebanon caught in crossfire because Israel's bombing them. And then, of course, while some Lebanese Christians historically allied with Hezbollah in the past, so yes, actually Hezbollah, yeah, guys, I mean, you may not notice, but they're actually Christian Hezbollah fighters. Though there still are. They say in the past, but no, there still are. Look, if you were to go into Hezbollah right now, you might find a couple Christians in there, okay? You'd be quite surprised. But yes, while some Lebanese Christians historically allied with Hezbollah in the past, such as aligning against ISIS to protect mutual interest in forming localized supportive pacts, the modern consensus is vastly different. Today, the majority of Lebanese Christians vehemently oppose Hezbollah, blaming the militant group for dragging the country into devastating conflicts. And yep, that's also true. So like I said, there's a split mentality about Hezbollah. Here's the thing. Those Christians that were opposing them, they on their side now that their house is getting bombed by Israel. Now they're going like, and here's the thing. These Christians that were vehemently opposed to Hezbollah, guess what? They can't even sit there and say that they're the ones getting dragged in. Hezbollah agreed to the ceasefire and Israel attacked them. So now these guys don't even have an argument to sit there and say that Hezbollah is dragging us in because Israel's the one who popped it off. Yeah, so this is just the sad reality of what's going on when you got Christians out there working with Hezbollah to protect their land because the Lebanese military is too coward to do so. Too cowardly. Don't know why, but I mean, I guess it's just F it. I really couldn't answer it for you guys. Trust me. I look into it a lot and I just don't understand why they just roll over. Like, who's paying them?
Who's bombing?
Whoops.
Adam, who's
How
bombing
familiar are you with the history of Lebanon? And it's okay to say not much.
I don't know that much. I'm just seeing what's happening in the news right now.
Okay. Well, it's not the Jews are not the reason, or Israel's not the reason that Christians are being persecuted in Lebanon. I'll give you one guess of who it is.
Go ahead.
Who do you think it is?
It's
the same reason that Egypt used to be Christian, that Syria used to be Christian, that Iraq used to be Christian. Your family is Christian, Assyrian. Who's running the country that you grew up in? Your family
it's always been Muslim.
Well,
Iran?
Not always.
What do you mean?
It used to be Zoroastrian. You're not realizing one simple thing. The Christians are being persecuted by the Muslims. No.
The Christians are being right now bombed by the, well, sorry to say, but the Jews. All right, let me be nicer. By the Israelis. Yes, they're being bombed by the Israelis, bro. And now you got Christians running to Hezbollah for help. Like, do you see how effed up the situation is at this point?
The Christians were basically taken over by the Muslims. Iraq, your people, Assyrians, I'm shocked you don't know this, were taken over by the Muslims. It's the same thing that happened in Lebanon. Lebanon is the one country in the Middle East where they actually were like, look, guys, let's try to do this experiment. Let's have Christians and Sunnis and Shias all get together. And then the Shia was like, nah. We're going to have a Hezbollah come in here and we're going to ruin everybody's life.
No, let's tell it how it actually happened, Adam. Israel invaded southern Lebanon, and because Israel was trying to take southern Lebanon and Lebanon's army was just going to let them do it, Hezbollah formed. That's why they exist. It's not there because Iran just came into the scene and says, oh yeah, F Israel, let's just round up against Israel. No, Israel created Hezbollah through their aggression. They did the same thing with Hamas. So let's not sit here and just pretend like Iran just popped into the picture and then Hezbollah came with. No, Hezbollah was there first since the 80s. Dealing with you guys. But all right, though.
And Sunnis and Shias all get together. And then the Shia was like, nah. We're going to have a Hezbollah come in here and we're going to ruin everybody's life, including the Christians, including the Sunnis, and these people in Israel, them too. So my correction for you is learn your history and realize that the problem going on in Lebanon.
Oh, wow, you condescending dick. Like, I do hate when people hit me with the learn your history and they be wrong as hell. Like, dog, you are the wrong as hell for that. Like, first off, you didn't even mention the part where the whole reason why Hezbollah existed was because of Israel invading Lebanon in the 80s. Like,